Most men think they need to eat less food to lose fat. But here's the truth. That doesn't work. You don't need less food, you need more muscle. And so muscle is your metabolism. And if you're not lifting, then you're slowly turning into a fat storage machine. So let's talk about a few things in terms of why muscle is really important. Number one is going to be muscle is metabolically active. So every pound of muscle that you have burns about 50 to 80 calories per day at rest. So the more muscle you have, the higher your basal metabolic rate, which is pretty insane because if you think about it, the higher your basal metabolic rate, then the more efficient you are at even burning the calories that you eat throughout the day and that you have stored in your body. And so just talking to you right now, talking to the camera and just relaxing burns more calories when you have more muscle. So it's super important to have that. And then the second thing is going to be muscle improves hormones. So the more muscle you have, the higher your testosterone and your growth hormone. And we know that testosterone and growth hormone are really important for muscle growth or potential drive, including sex drive, libido, and also vitality, motivation, just getting up, going to work, and also just making decisions. All those things super, super important for your testosterone to be at an optimal level. And so muscle helps with that. And the second thing is muscle improves insulin sensitivity. So insulin allows your body to take glucose, which is sugar from carbohydrates, and utilize those for energy. And so the higher insulin sensitivity, the better your body is able to handle the carbohydrates that you take in. And actually the higher insulin, the more potential you have to gain muscle and retain muscle. And then so insulin sensitivity being improved also leads to less fat storage and more energy overall because you're better able to utilize those nutrients. And the third thing is having muscle reduces cortisol over time, which leads to better stress resilience, physical and mental stress. So you can handle day-to-day stressors better, which is always a good thing when it comes to quality of life and recovery and rest, and as well as improving your muscle potential and overall long-term health. And in functional medicine, we don't chase fixing symptoms, we fix systems. And we know that muscle impacts metabolism, hormones, blood sugar, inflammation, mood, and even your sleep. It's the single most important tissue you can build to improve your long-term health. So it's super, super important from a functional medicine standpoint and overall. And so some practical advice for you all. Number one is going to be start with 2 to 3 strength training sessions per week. And that's going to be focused on compound lifts, squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press. Then you can throw in some calisthenics like pull-ups, push-ups, dips, and you're good to go. And the next thing is going to be walking daily. So 5 to 10K steps per day or more is really good for improving your insulin sensitivity as well. And we talked about it's really important for you to be insulin sensitive to be able to take that glucose turn to energy pretty efficiently, because most people utilize carbohydrates in order for them to burn for energy. And so super important to have that insulin sensitivity. The next thing is going to be prioritizing your protein intake. And so somewhere in the ballpark of 0.8 to 1.0 grams of protein per pound of body weight is going to be a very good optimal protein intake per day. Some people might need more, but overall, that's a good average starting point for you. And then the next thing is going to be sleep. Sleep is super, super important for rest and recovery, not only for your brain, but also for your body and your muscles as you train. So that's when you actually build the muscle. So it's super, super important to get that 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Some people can function on less. Some people need a little bit more. So everybody's a little bit different. So cater to what you find helps you. And so if you're stuck trying to eat for fat loss, it doesn't work. It starts with building your metabolism, and then that starts with muscle. And so if you're interested, you can book a call, consultation with me, link in the description below. So that way we can discuss your goals, figure out how we can help you to maximize your muscle growth potential. and also fix any type of other inflammatory or gut health or any type of metabolism issues you might have to help you along the way as well. And then we'll coach you along the way throughout the time that we have. As always, transform your health, optimize your life. See you in the next one. Peace.